Namaste Gurukulians, hope all of you are healthy, fit and fine. Welcome back to our channel, the Gurukul Nilokhedi, and I, Sanjeev Sharma, lecturer in English, welcome all of you here. And today I have brought before you the chapter number 2 of your snapshots, the supplementary book, The Address, written by Marga Minko, right? I hope that you would all be listening to me attentively by putting your 100% concentration, because in this first part I am gonna describe the summary of the chapter, which is so significant and important for you that it will help you out in order to grab a lot of content matter of the story. So here I started, please pay attention. Chapter's name is The Address by Marga Minko. The Address by Marga Minko. Marga Minko, first of all, students, she is a lady, right? Marga Minko, she is at 100 years old age. Recently in March, on 31st of March 2020, she had recently completed her 100 years of life, right? First of all, we would like to say her belated happy birthday, madam. She is having eminent and prominent place in the history of entire English literature, right? She was from Holland, and this story is related to the First World War when she was born, right? It was the story of 1920, clear, and during that time, Marga Minko, she had to face a lot of troubles. That her family, she was accepting some rescue operation by moving at different places, from Boere, from Amsterdam, and from different places, and she was moving. But when after a lot of trouble, and she had encountered so many people, those had been suffering from tuberculosis bacteria. TB was it was up to peak level, like in India right this time. Coronavirus has been spreaded at that time during World War I. Tuberculosis bacteria, TB, and some other kind of dangerous diseases were at peak level, and thousands of people, they had lost their lives. But luckily, Marga Minko, she was safe. Okay, when the World War stopped, so she returned back to Amsterdam, and there she started living along with her family. But she had to find a lot of great loss, because her brothers, her sisters, and most of the family members, and they had been deported from there, and she was the only survive over there in the presence of some acquaintance, relatives and friends, right? So by the growth of the timing, with the passage of time, she started developing her interest in order to make her career in literature, and she started writing so many depictions, so many stories, so many novels. Okay, so Marga Minko, she was born on 31st March 1920, okay, and Netherlands, Holland, the same thing is there, right? She was born on 1st March 1920, and recently on 31st of March 2020, she has completed her 100 years. She is 100 years old and still alive, right? So I told you, with the passage of time, she started developing her career in literature, English literature, and started writing so many novels. And in 1957, she published her first novel, Het Bitere Croat. It was published in, it was published in 1957. This was the first initial novel when she had started. It was a debut novel, you can say that, and throughout this story, and she had got a worldwide name and fame and popularity, clear? So she, throughout her depiction, she had conveyed the problems of the people which they used to face in their daily lives, clear? What kind of troubles they had to face. It means that she was directly associated to the lives of the poor people, right? Because she had already experienced during World War. The story, The Address, in which she would describe, means Marga Minko, she had described herself beautifully about the story of a little girl and her mother. Please pay attention. Once upon a time, there was a lady who used to live along with her daughter, and she was a very small daughter, maybe of 8 and 9 years old, 7, 8 and 9 years old approximately. The date has not been mentioned, but you can imagine she might be at this period of time. At that time, the World War got started, and she used to live in Holland, and the house was located just nearby the border line of control, and hundreds of people, thousands of people, and they were just leaving their homes because of the fear of the war. And the lady who was living along with her daughter, she was one of them, right? Some of them, but remember students, but few of the families, they didn't want to leave. Clear? Still they had been living over there, means whether the condition would be more and more worst. So in her neighbor, there was a lady, she used to live over there. Just before leaving her family, the woman along with her daughter, when she was about to leave, she handed over her belongings. Belongings means the goods at home. Clear? It might be silver spoons, cart, okay, fork, knives, and so many other things, plate, cupboards, tablecloth, bed, and different commodities we are having at our homes. She started giving to the lady who was in the good books of that woman. Okay, and the lady's name was Mrs. S. The name has not been described over here, but it is described Mrs. S. Mrs. S, she was living along with her daughter, and when she was about to leave her family, when she was about to leave her home along with her daughter, so there was another lady, her name was Mrs. Darling. Right? Please pay attention. There are two ladies. One is Mrs. S. Second one is Mrs. Darling. Clear? So Mrs. S, she handed over the belongings of her family under the observation of Mrs. Darling, who was the neighbor of her. Right? And she had given her consent. No problem, means these are just like my responsibility. I would look after about your belongings. Whenever after maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you are returning back to here, so simply I would return back the belongings to you. Clear? And she, Mrs. S, she started believing her. Okay, she didn't know. Later on it was proved that she was a cunning lady. I will tell you how she was cunning and shrewd. So she returned, she left the place and just came back to a safe place, okay, and started living along with her daughter. For many years, she didn't return back to the same address where she had left her belongings under the observation of Mrs. Darling. But approximately after 10 to 12 years, clear, when she was just about to die, okay, she called her daughter, the narrator of the story, okay, the daughter of Mrs. S, she is the narrator, and she called her daughter and told her the whole incident, means during World War, what happened, I handed over my belongings, okay, the belongings which your father had purchased with love and affection, I had purchased with love and affection, and you were having a lot of acquaintances towards those belongings. Clear? So kindly you pay a visit to address number this. What was the address? 46 Marconi Street. Okay, this was the address given by Mrs. S to her daughter. Simply you pay a visit to 46 Marconi Street. Okay, and there Mrs. Darling lives in our neighbor. You might be remembering whenever you used to live along with me, faint memories would be in your mind, so you can recognize her. Okay, that she is looking after our belongings, and you must take your belongings back from her. Okay, by saying these words, Mrs. S, she got expired. Now the narrator, now the daughter of Mrs. S, she was in a conflict, she was in a problem, she was in a doubt whether she should pay a visit to the address Marconi Street, 46 Marconi Street or not. Clear? But after all, she started thinking it was the last wish of her mother. So in order to accomplish the wish, accomplish the desire of her mother, she after all had decided in order to pay a visit to the address 46 Marconi Street. And one day she went to there. Okay, by searching Mrs. Darling's house and looking here and there in the street, okay, some of the old memories were coming in her mind. Some of them she couldn't recognize, but after all, anyhow, she could be able to find the address 46 Marconi Street, and she rang the doorbell and knocked the door. After some time, Mrs. Darling, she was a fatty lady, okay, and when she opened the door, and she was surprised to see, she could not recognize, because 12 years back approximately, when she was used to be a small kid, and there she had seen her, but now this time the facial expression had completely been changed. She couldn't recognize that she was the daughter of Mrs. S. Then she started asking, "Who are you? What do you want?" Then the narrator, she gave her introduction. He means, "Good morning, madam. My name is XYZ. I'm the daughter of Mrs. S, your neighbor. Did you remember, ma'am, 10 to 12 years back when my mother, she had given her belongings under your observation, and you kept a promise that you would return back to me, back to my mother. But unfortunately, madam, my mother, she is no more in the world, and she had told me before her death about this address 46 Marconi Street, and thereafter I had come here in order to take my belongings back. But Mrs. Darling, as I described that she was a cunning lady, she didn't want to return the belongings at any cost, and moreover, she was wearing a cardigan. Cardigan means the sweater she was wearing over there. The narrator, she started looking towards cardigan, and then immediately she started hiding her body behind the door and the curtain she pulled over there, and throughout the curtain she was just raising her neck forward and said that, it means, Sorry, my child, I couldn't recognize your mother. Who is Mrs. S? I don't remember. Yes, I remember one thing, 10 to 12 years before, when the World War was going on. At that time, thousands of people, they had left their places because of fear of the war. But now this time, who was your mother? I don't remember. Then immediately the narrator, she got the message. She is a cunning lady, and she is wearing the sweater of my mother, and the curtains, whatever she had seen inside, all the belongings are of my mother, and this cunning lady doesn't want to give it to me. How mean is she? And thereafter means, moreover, she didn't call the narrator inside, and she immediately asked her to leave the place, and she closed the door. The narrator, she felt insult. At that time, she felt insult. Immediately, she decided to leave the place and started moving back. But when she was moving through the streets, and she entered into the market and started looking at the shops and the houses and the buildings, and the old memory came back to her mind, and she started remembering, yes, these streets I had encountered 10, 12 years back. Now, once again, I have come in this place. Okay, but now this time, what to do, what not to do? After all, she stopped herself, and she had decided firmly, means whether I'm getting my belongings back or not, it doesn't matter, but at least at last time I would have a glance over it, means I would look after I would see the belongings which my mother had purchased with love and affection. Okay, my mother, she was having, for the last desire of my mother, once at least I would try my level best to fetch my belongings back. If I would not be succeeded, then no problem, but at least I would go back to Mrs. Darling's house. Immediately, she turned back and started moving to the same address, 46 Marconi Street, and she knocked the door where Mrs. Darling resided. Okay. When she knocked the door, this time, Mrs. Darling, she didn't open the door. Mrs. Darling's daughter, okay, who was of the same age of the narrator, she opened the door, and she was quite opposite to her mother, and politely she started asking, "Yes, madam, how may I assist you? Good afternoon, tell me." Then she said that, "Can I meet your mother, Mrs. Darling?" Then she said, "Oh my God, just 2 minutes before my mother, she had gone to the market, but she would arrive within 10-15 minutes back. No problem, madam, you please come inside. I would make a cup of tea or coffee for you. Please be seated over there." And the narrator, she got entered inside, and as she got entered and started looking here and there on the walls and the cupboards and everything, carefully she started observing. Suddenly, she saw the cupboard in which some crockeries were settled, some forks and knives were there, and immediately she remembered, yes, these are the crockeries and knives, okay, and forks which my mother had purchased with love. Okay, then she started looking to a tablecloth, and it was having a scar on the corner. Scar means burning spot. Okay, it had burned many years before, and my mother, she was repairing it. Okay, but it could not be repaired. And then immediately she was damn sure that this belonged to me. Clear? All the scenery, the curtains and everything, they were just calling. That means these are of your mother's property. Okay, and she started remembering the thoughts of her mother, and it started pinching her mind from inside, and she closed her ears, and immediately she had decided to go outside. Okay, without telling to the daughter of Mrs. Dorling. Within 1 minute she escaped from there and went outside. When she was moving towards railway station. On her way, when she was moving to the street, and she had encountered the old buildings, the shops and the market and everything, and the old memory, it had been renewed in her mind. Okay, but the narrator, she firmly had decided in order to forget this address, 46 Marconi Street. Yes, boys, she had decided to forget this address. Bhul janagi liye. She wanted to forget. Why did she want to forget? Because these were all the things were giving her pain. She didn't want to keep any of the memories, past memories of her mother in her mind, because these things were giving her a huge pain. Okay, she loved her mother very much, and she didn't want to give pain to her mother by giving pain to herself, and that's why thereafter she had decided herself that she would not return back to this address, not to this address in this city, at this place, in this surrounding. I would never return back. And thereafter she was loaded into the train and ran away from there, and since then she had never returned back to this address. So this is the story, the address, in a beautifully way Marga Minko she has described. Okay, this is the story about the thinking of some narrow-minded people. It is the story about the selfishness of the people. It is a story about the man's cruelty towards other. It means that everybody will have to leave this world, and even then that we are just betraying other, we are deceiving other, and that we are going to betray. We should not deceive others. We are human beings, and we must convey this message among all. If we are behaving in such a manner, then what is the difference between we and the animals? Because we are educated, and we are the best creativity of the God, so we must behave in the same manner towards other. This beautiful message has been conveyed by the writer Marga Minko. And for today itself, the summary is sufficient, I think. So you might have got all of you. And the next video, we will be continuously going on word to word reading, okay, by having the book in our hands. Till then, take care. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. God bless all of you.